Yes. Yo, Jonathan Cottrell here. I mean, I put up a video last night where I was like really nervous, and I just had this feeling like, oh my gosh, man, because okay, the video, proof positive, professional prostitute, right? Uh, I was on there to reply to a comment or something, and I had 4.7 thousand views, right, on that video. But now it says I only have 36 views. What the fuck is really going on? And it made me nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, a lot of people are watching, and if they find out. But here's the thing is, somebody is trying to protect this agent woman that was pretending to be a godly woman who wanted to be my wife, okay? Because I'm not joking, y'all. Watch. We're going to go to, let's see, manage videos. Yeah, I'm spaced out there for a second. Right? So we'll go to that. They keep turning off the comments section. Straight up, I have turned it back on like fucking 15 times, y'all. YouTube, leave the comment section open. I don't consent to you shutting it down. Now it's not even gonna load. I have horrible signal here, y'all, so it's not easy for me to do any of this. Like, it's really bad signal. So I guess it ain't gonna load, for crying out loud. I mean, good Lord, it's just terrible. Let me pull it up in here. I just like to document stuff like this because y'all, any of y'all who have watched me from the beginning of my first channel, y'all know that YouTube and the B system straight up messes with my stuff harder than any other channel. Like, I have literally been censored thousands and thousands of times, from everything from comments to videos to making accounts to sending emails. They'll block my emails to certain people. You name it, y'all. Not even joking. I'm not exaggerating. They hate me because I don't monetize. I'm about to monetize just because, like, I got to get somewhere in my life, but I probably won't ever get enough views for it to make any difference. I don't ask for donations or anything. I mean, I should, but I don't want a paycheck from YouTube to determine what I say, okay? Because this is about standing up for what's right, and money cannot sway this, okay? And I'm the kind of dude that even if I was making money, I started losing the money because of what I say, I wouldn't even give a fuck. I would just keep going and be like, okay, I lose that money, so what? That's just how I am. But anyways, let me show you. Edit. Oh, for crying out loud. It takes so long to load one little thing. Okay, so the comment section's turned off right now. I have turned it back on literally like between 10 and 15 times in the past 2 days. Yeah. Okay. Allow all comments. And I guarantee you tomorrow, or maybe in a couple hours or less, they'll turn it back off. Like, okay, if this is my account, it's my account. Quit hacking in my shit. YouTube, AI, or whatever it is that's doing it. Here's the thing, what I've noticed about my channel in particular and how it gets censored. Somebody is ordering certain specific individual tasks to be done on my channel. Whether it's put a troll in, and this has been from the beginning of my first channel till now. And it's been hard because I haven't been making a lot of videos. But when I did, during Katie and I's relationship, make videos, a lot of times I would post a video and then within, an hour or less, they'd rip it down. And it's like, okay, first of all, the WHO and all that kind of stuff, like World Health Organization, the CDC and all that, those recommendations from the CDC and the WHO about what you can and cannot say that is so-called misinformation or legit information is all arbitrary. It's not constitutional. It's violating the Constitution, and it's a lie anyway. It's not misinformation to say that the vaccine is poison. It is an absolute fucking fact, okay? Just read the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. When I cover a topic, I hit it on the head, and if people start hearing these kinds of things that I'm saying, because I'm one of the only channels that I know of, probably the only channel who actually does that stuff, like says neither to the left nor the right extreme, balance, truth, and righteousness. These are the laws of the land. And if you're breaking the laws of the land, whether it's the eugenics laws, the laws against eugenics, or the Constitution, or whatever it is, then you should be crushed and put in prison for it. Because how long have they been locking us up for having a joint in our car when that's not against the law anyway, as far as the real law? There's a huge difference between legal and lawful, okay? And that's what we're going to start doing videos about. I'm about done with this expose on my actor, agent, Illuminati, harlot wife, which was no wife at all. But we're going to get back into making videos about all this other stuff. This was like my breaking out moment of like being demonically suppressed, oppressed, and harassed by and through my own wife, okay? Because I have been crushed by a woman. And I don't mean because we broke up. I mean our entire marriage was about crushing me and giving me grief and discouraging me and bringing that curse into me and around me. But that demon could not jump from her to me. And I think that's what, I don't need to get into that all right now because it's going to be for another video. I just want to show y'all, if I don't comment back to you, it's not because I don't want to talk to you. And a lot of times, y'all, this has happened the entire time I've ever been on YouTube. I'll get people writing me comments, right? I'll get people writing me comments, and then I'll write them back. And then you that I responded to, y'all who wrote the comment, I respond to you, y'all can't see my response. Straight up, I've proven it. Like, I'll go and use somebody else's phone or somebody else's computer and look at my channel, and y'all won't be able to see my reply. Okay? So keep that in mind. I'm always trying to talk to you. They just won't let you see my replies. And it's like that even on other people's channels. Like, if I go to somebody else's channel and I write a comment, right? And then they respond. And then it's like getting into something like heavy, right? Or I'm like saying some like real drawn out, like big picture truth. And they hate it when I go for the big picture breakdown, like the big picture. They hate that so much. They just stop the comment. They'll delete it. They'll block it. They'll hide it. I'm telling you. That's why I need to have contact with y'all. With Rastas who watch this, new subscribers, old subscribers, people who know me from the past. I'm telling you, they won't let me get to be friends with y'all because they do not want anything to go any further than it has. Because if what I say gets out and blows up, that Bill Gates, Rockefeller, Rothschild, the Trilateral Commission, all of the things, right? All of Babylon's alphabet agencies should be shut down, arrested for, treason, eugenics, murder, poisoning, maiming, subversion of our nation, etc. Okay? Violation of constitutional rights, which are unalienable. You cannot take those away, period, because the Constitution is just there to back up what you are already inherently given by the Creator himself. Okay? The Constitution is not the supreme. The supreme is the Lord himself gave us these rights, and the Constitution is a piece of paper that ensures that that's the case. So when you violate our constitutional rights, when you violate our God-given unalienable rights, you should be punished for it. And that includes the people running the country most of all, okay? So I like to, for those who've never seen me on the first channels and you're new, we do Bible studies here, because I'm going to get back into this, because this agent has been keeping me from doing this by making my life a living hell, sucking my blood and milking me for everything I have, and not taking care of me in any way. You all heard the story. So I'm going to get back into it. We do Rastafari biblical studies. We do a lot of eschatology and timelines, like what's the real timeline we're in biblically, and it surely isn't the timeline that the mainstream church, the Jews, nor the Vatican, the Protestants, or anybody is preaching. A lot of people will say I'm a preterist, but that's not, it's somewhat true, but it's you can't sum me up as a preterist. That's not the whole picture, okay, of what I'm teaching here. We talk about the 1,000-year reign already happened, and a lot of people are like, how's that? Because our bodies didn't change in the twinkling of an eye. And it's like, y'all are getting that mixed up with the judgment and going to heaven. The 1,000-year reign is on earth, in the flesh, in real bodies. Your fleshly, earthly body. It is not the changing of your flesh into your heavenly body in the twinkling of an eye. That's not what the 1,000-year reign is. That's what the white throne judgment and the renewed heavens and earth is. Okay? That's what, when you go to heaven. The 1,000-year reign is on earth, which is like bringing heaven onto earth, as far as best as it could be in this flesh, right? And that's, and as C.S. Lewis clearly alludes to that. Clearly, okay? And so does the Lord of the Rings. Cryptically hidden messages, and Von Benjamin talks about that, by the way, especially about the Lord of the Rings in particular. But C.S. Lewis alludes to that, and even the character Aslan, which is supposed to represent Yahshua Messiah, right? That is exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to break that down and show you how the beast system will put this information right in your face, but it's entertainment, so nobody ever thinks about it. Nobody ever thought about why is the city of men, the white city in Lord of the Rings, called Gondor. And why is that the capital of the city of all men, right? Oh, it's because Ethiopia has a city called Gondor, and Ethiopia is the cradle of Christianity and the 1,000-year period, because the King of Kings sits on David's bloodline throne, right? And the King of Kings is Yahshua Messiah, right? He's the first King of Kings, and he's the last. And all the kings of kings between the first and the last are his kin, right? Because in the book of Revelations, it says that he will make us kings and priests with him. And that's why it spread even to the Gentiles, where there is an orderly manner. There is the King of Kings, right? First there's the Father in heaven, right? And then there's the King of Kings on earth, which is first Yahshua Messiah, the first King of Kings, in Ethiopia, which is actually, in the old world, all of Africa. Ethiopia is Africa. Africa is Ethiopia. It didn't used to be in different nation states, okay? So, I'm going fast. But anyways, I forgot what I was going to say. The regents and kings and fractalization. Like, okay, so you got the Father, you got the King of Kings, and then you got the regents and kings under the King of Kings that assure their loyalty to God and his creation and his kingdom to Ethiopia, right? So you have the main headship, which is God the Father, You have the King of Kings, which is the Son, Yeshua Messiah. And we're talking about, this is the 1,000-year period, right? Which is already passed, okay? Which is why we have the last King of Kings in our time, 1936 coronation, Haile Selassie I, right? Born 1892, okay? That's the time, and that's why Haile Selassie said the dragon that has newly risen, because the dragon was locked up for how long? 1,000 years. How could we have the 1,000-year reign if the dragon is still running around? Nope, the dragon had to be locked up for 1,000 years. And then what? And then he was loosed a little season, right? And that's what time we're in now. So don't believe the churches, don't believe the Jews, the so-called Jews, the fake Jews, right? And don't believe the Vatican. Their timeline is inversion and lies, so that you believe that this false Christ that is coming is the beginning of the 1,000-year reign. And it is the deception. It is the spurious Messiah, the false Christ, right? The one that comes to pretend to be Christ when he is not, right? Which is Satan, pretending to be our Lord and Savior. And everybody in the world will bow and fall before him like a bunch of fools. You understand and overstand? Well, you better overstand it, because you ain't gonna bow to that sucker. You only gonna bow to the real one, okay? See, that's the thing, is that's why you go back to this whole king thing, right? Where it's like, oh, the Illuminati boys went in and usurped the kings or the czars, right? Or the khans, or, king, different names for king or head, right? They usurped the goodly, upright, obedient to truth and righteousness through the authority in Ethiopia, right? In Russia, in every nation, right? The Illuminati boys and the Kenites crept in, infiltrated, inverted, perverted, and flipped upside down all the thrones that were originally obedient to Ethiopia, Ethiopicus, right? Which is the real land. The real land is Africa, not the state of Israel. And that territory of the children of Israel spread from north to south, okay? So the Middle East is probably part of that, but the main heart of it is Ethiopia, okay? So, furthermore, oh man, I could shoot off into so many things. I better stop while I'm ahead. Just so you know, we're going to talk about everything. And I can connect it all together into one big picture, and that's one of my gifts, is I could just talk for 4 hours straight. We could start with sexual immorality and end up on anything else, because it's all one picture. Jah is one, okay? And we are in his story, right? So, I just want to show you guys, you got to reach out to me, because they won't let me talk to you 99% of the time, okay? Support this channel. You see what just happened to my life because I stood up against the beast system. And so much so that I ain't made any videos for damn near 4 years. 4 years I ain't been stabbing the dragon, because I had somebody oppressing me on purpose, not a mistake, not an accident, not a coincidence. And I got all the proof, and I haven't put it all up yet, but I will gradually, I'll probably talk about some other things for a couple videos, and then I'll put up some more proof, and just do a little bit at a time, because I can't just focus on this only right now. I gotta switch it up. And but we're gonna talk about everything: cosmology, what's the Earth, and we do it all here, okay? My channel's not fancy. I don't show a lot of visuals. I like my privacy. I don't like to show my face. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Whew. But that's what my channel is. We play music over here. We do artwork. And I'm about to get full-blown back into it, okay? I work my ass off. I'm a hard-working, good man. And I don't mean anybody is good in the earth except for the Most High. But I'm just saying, I really am who I say I am. Unlike some people. That person that we've been talking about. Yeah. So I've had it. I am not. I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm scared to date women. All of a sudden, like, I just like I want a wife, but what I just went through and what I just found out, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if every woman in the world is just like that? Like, that's what I started thinking. I'm like, they're all just whores. And I'm just like, that's not true. I know that's not true, but God, does it scare me, and I don't want to go through it anymore. I just want a good woman. Period. Just be nice, be a good woman, do what's right, love the Lord, cook me dinner. I'll pay for everything. Like, fuck. Just cook me dinner, clean, welcome me home when I come home from work, and love me. And we'll have babies, and I'll work and pay for everything. If you want to make some money too, I ain't going to be mad at you for it. But, you know, you can work full time. I don't really care. My whole point is that I need a good, trustworthy woman who isn't trying to destroy me from the inside out. That would be nice. But I'm pretty apprehensive, to be honest. And I don't go out and get one night stands like some people do. And get paid for it, especially. I wish I could get paid for a one night stand. That'd be great, wouldn't it? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, gosh, man. But I'm thinking about what we're first going to talk about, apart from this whole sexual immorality, adultery, agent thing, prostitution thing. First thing I want to talk about, because it's happening right now, it's popping off, and a lot of people are confused about what's what and who's who, is the state of Israel and the whole Hamas thing, all right? So I'm going to start digging into that, and we're going to break that down and show you how it's irrelevant to real prophecy in any way, and how they are arbitrarily creating false prophecy to make you believe this certain narrative, so you go down this path to where you will eventually get to the goal of bowing to the false Messiah, the spurious Messiah, okay? In the name of Yahshua Messiah, y'all be blessed. Have a good night. I'll be putting more videos up all the time. I'm going to start hitting them, because when I start going, y'all, it's going to be like a video every day or a video every couple days. It's just going to be like bam, 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 bam. We're going to do a midnight special once a week. We'll take special walks where I take a walk and we talk. You name it. And I'm not rich, so I can't just go wherever I want and start filming stuff and doing unique stuff. I just have to do what I gotta do. If I had the money to go do special things like that, like go to Ethiopia or God knows what, then I would. But I'm not rich, so it just is what it is. And I'm thinking about monetizing, but I don't know. It's always been in the back of my mind, but I don't know. Yeah, anyways, y'all be blessed. Rastafari.